I opened the newspaper one day and saw an article where there was a local business owner who had been putting slogans on his marquee. And his first marquee said, more beers, less queers. My first thought was, where have I moved? But luckily in the article, I saw quotes and interviews with members of Equality Arizona team. So as soon as I could, I went to their very next meeting.
When she came to that first meeting, within 5 minutes of talking to her, I knew that this was someone who I could depend on.
It's critical to continue to speak out, and for me, it's as essential as breathing.
I've lived in Flagstaff for longer than 20 years, and I've been an activist that whole time, and I can tell you that it is very rare to find an activist with the enthusiasm and intelligence that Sarah has.
It's Sarah's sensitivity combined with her passion that has made her someone who has earned the respect of people who have been in Flagstaff longer than she has.
She's also interested in a variety of issues. She is an activist's activist.
It's not just about the GLBT community, it's about reproductive rights and immigrant rights. We all have connections, and so when you support one of those, I think it's really important and key to recognize that we connect with all of them.
Sarah has helped to raise consciousness about LGBT issues in Flagstaff in a way that has not been done before.
If we don't speak out, who's going to speak for us? I cannot expect others to speak for me and stand up for and fight for what is, to me, our basic rights. I can't expect other people to do that. So I need to stand up for both myself and my family and my community, but also recognize that some people don't speak up because they don't feel safe. They don't feel protected, and the ramifications of them doing that are really serious. So I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can be public, I can be vocal. So it's critical to me. So I speak for myself and I speak for those who can't.
When I joined the police department almost 20 years ago, on the policy books it said, you will not be gay or lesbian. And once it was no longer policy, I saw an opening for the hate crime unit, and it included gay and lesbian as a victimized group. And something just clicked inside of me that said, this is what your path is supposed to be. So I went in there and I said, I know what a hate crime is. I'm gay, and I want to investigate hate crimes. And I wanted to be out, and I wanted to educate my community and help my community and be there, be the face to say, you can talk to me.
For 6 years, Tambra served both the Phoenix Police Department and the LGBT community with honor and distinction, specifically in her role as the liaison to the LGBT community.
I think she took a more personal interest. It wasn't just a job.
Whether it's at Phoenix Pride, Rainbows Festival, or at protests, Tambra has always been there to help us feel safe, but also to be sure that we do what we needed to do to work well with the Phoenix Police Department.
I guess I see myself as an activist in the way of educating my community about what their options are and what the laws are and what their rights are.
Every organization that I've worked with in the community has benefited from Tambra's service.
I think a lot of the community is recognizing what Tambra's done over the years, being in that liaison position with the police department, and with the department taking the stand that they have and moving her elsewhere, that the community is not particularly happy about it. And as such, are realizing, and I think they've all stopped and thought about all of the details that Tambra has taken care of for years for the community, and just been a significant part in our growth and interaction with Phoenix government and police department.
In 20 years, I hope people will say, Tambra, yeah, I remember Tambra Williams. She was always there, she was always available, and she was always willing to help.
My father taught me, if you see a problem, don't say someone should fix that, but get in there and see if you can't fix that. And if you can't fix it, find someone who can.
He saw himself as a part of the Yuma community right when he got in, and he never stopped for 30 years.
It's important that people realize there's a whole passel of gays down here that need help, assistance, recognition.
Oh, Michael's had a great impact, here in Yuma, because we really don't have too many Michaels in this community that will just speak up on behalf of whoever needs, that assistance.
The word gay was never heard in a city council meeting until I arrived.
He's made a lot of people afraid of him.
You could hear a pin drop in that place. And then you heard rustling of paper. Uh-oh, what do I do now? How do I answer this? How am I going to respond? But bringing that kind of recognition was very important.
I think people see him coming and they see someone that is knowledgeable about what he's talking about.
He's made it easier for me to stand up for my rights.
I've never been comfortable with the term activist. I see a problem that needs to be addressed, and I move on it.
So he's helped out just about everyone, and his actions will keep on affecting all of the people growing up in southern Arizona.
He works tirelessly for this community in all facets, but especially, in all the projects he's worked for with the LGBT.
It's more important not that I be honored, but it's important that Yuma be honored and grassroots organizers be honored, because those are the ones in the trenches. Those are the people that are really doing the work. And while I may be the person being honored, it really extends further. It's to all people. If I had my way, the award would be cut up in little pieces and given out to everybody.
Please welcome our Activist Award winners, Sarah Friedman, Tambra Williams, and Michael Baughman.